Hi, you doorknobs. I'm Ben Gilman, and welcome back to Scry Syndrome podcast. I hope you're well. I'm joined, as always, by a woman who, much like Boris Johnson, her day is coming when she has to answer for her crimes against humanity. In her case, it's like in Lost, it's Helen Carnes.
Haha. The day will come, and I am ready.
Brilliant. Hello, welcome back. Another woman, Tara Chloe, who will challenge you to a titty slapping match anywhere in the world. She'll let you slap her titties too. It's Tara Chloe. Hello.
Oh, okay.
And the man that earlier checks me that I'm his G, I hope he means great, but I think he means I'm a git. It's Troy Salmon.
What's up? What's up? Literally, hey, right now, I'm struggling with my Skype right now. Everyone's got a custom background. I can't get mine up. I got some old Skype. I need to upgrade my software.
You a dial-up.
I'm on dial-up AOL right now. It's bad. It's bad out here. It's bad. But how you guys doing? You guys okay?
I'm happy, bruv. I'm officially now on 2 weeks off. I'm
Nice.
on Christmas mode now.
Nice. Speaking of
it is nice. I've worked hard for this holiday. I'm happy. I'm good. How is you guys? How are you free doing?
I'm good. Yeah.
I'm good.
I'm energized. I shouldn't be this peppy. But when we get together, it's like a really shit Avengers coming together each week. It's like we're like the defenders of Netflix. It's like, which one of you is Iron Fist? I don't know, but it's not me. I'm fucking Luke Cage. I'm Daredevil. No, I'm Daredevil.
Hey, Daredevil's tight.
Yeah, I'm Daredevil. Yeah. You guys, one of you could be Iron Fist. I don't care which. Or the Punisher.
Right.
I think since watching Hawkeye and Black Widow, I still want to be Yelena, even though she's not officially an Avenger, but she's the best person in any Marvel thing I've seen in ages.
Oh my days! Oh yeah, she's amazing.
I've watched things this week that we can talk about because I know Helen is a big Marvel fan. I know Troy's a big Marvel fan.
Hi! Maybe she showed up.
Hi! I think
yeah.
So this will be fun.
That accent's amazing. That accent sounds so good.
I just love love Florence Pugh in anything. Like, she's amazing.
Incredible.
I'm going to say it now, a Russian accent doesn't turn me on. An Irish accent, no. Butt naked, I'm ready. Like, I don't know what it is. No, I'm joking. I'm married now. When I was single, Irish accent. Done. If I had to put a bag on it, okay. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Irish accent is one of the most sexiest things in the world. I swear to God.
Oh yeah, Irish accent. I love Irish accent.
It's really beautiful to listen to an Irish accent.
It flows. For some reason, it just flows. I'm like, oh man, it sounds good. But yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go first because I'm just gonna get
You're bubbling over with excitement.
Yeah,
you don't see it.
I'm gonna start with a show that I'm struggling with, Jessica Jones season 2. I can't even comprehend how season 1 was so good and season 2 is so awful. Like the acting is fine, but I'm stuck on episode 10 and I'm just not engaged at all. I hate it. It's so goddamn boring. There's no villain. There's no structure. It just feels like this is the first time. Yeah, it's a turkey as Tara's putting a dancing turkey on the stage. It's the turkey. I think Iron Fist season 1 was better. That at least had something going for it. Season 2 of Jessica Jones is fantastically acted. I love the characters, but we're not going anywhere. It's just
we gave up, and I think it's because there's nobody to root for. Like, you kind of, in the first series, you kind of rooted for Jessica against Kilgrave, and there was a baddie, so there was like some conflict, but the baddie kind of being her sister with some weird serum. I can't remember. Yeah, it's not as good. Not as
Yeah,
good.
weird.
It's like, yeah, there's nobody to root for. Nobody's particularly likable. Gave up halfway through. Next.
I will finish this because I'm on a mission to finish all the Marvel seasons because with don't want to. Do you know your Spider-Man? Do you know what was released before Spider-Man came out? Daredevil was in Spider-Man. So that now means the Netflix stuff is all going to come back at some point.
Yeah.
So I want to watch all of the Marvel stuff before because they're going to bring everything back. And I feel like now, except for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which can fuck off, basically, I will watch anything else. Because Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. doesn't mean jack shit. But, like, with Matt Murdock being allowed back in, Charlie Cox, what a fantastic name, Cox. More than one cock. It now means, like, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist. I would love to see Shang-Chi just kick his fucking head off like a Mortal Kombat fatality and stick his head up his arse after he's kicked it off.
Damn.
Seriously,
Nice.
Shang-Chi's fucking cool. I love Shang-Chi. He's amazing.
What a movie that was.
Great movie. Black Widow was okay. Eternals, bit shit. But Spider-Man, Spider-Man.
I don't want to say anything, man. Don't do it, man. Don't do it.
Oh, baby. So I'm also like Jessica Jones. I love the acting. It's brilliant, but I just feel I've heard season 3 is much better. I'm gonna watch Luke Cage season 2 next because I'm doing them in release order. Then it's Iron Fist 2, then it's Daredevil 3, then it's Jessica Jones 3, then I do the 2 Punishers. I will finish every Netflix series. I just find it boring. It's okay, but I'm not. She gave up her mum for no reason on episode 10 and 9, and I was just like, why? You were okay with your mum, and all of a sudden you've just given her up because the Asian guy told you to do it. What the fuck are we doing here? Why is it so boring? This is the best. It was better than Daredevil. Season 1 was better than Daredevil, for God's sake. I mean, that's a middle finger. I know David Tennant was in it, but you had a focus. I could understand the whole show. Like, I don't understand why Jessica Jones season 2 is so goddamn sleepy.
Nobody to root for. I said it. I called it.
That's it. So, but I want to talk about Loki. Now, I want to talk about Loki because I've gone back because I'm watching all the Marvel stuff that
This guy's bringing back the old. Okay, good.
I've just done Loki, and I think 6 episodes is better than 6 to 8 is perfect because anymore it's very hard to make a story interesting. I'm British. We're all British here, except for Tara. She's watched enough British shows. We like it here. 6 to 8 episodes. Any longer than that, we get very tired.
British brevity.
Not saying I love the fact now that most American shows do this 6 to 8 episode thing, not the British, because the days of 22 episode seasons of your Supernaturals and your Buffys have gone now. Thank God, because it used to joke. I can't do those shows anymore. I'm doing it for Lost, but that is the last time I'm ever doing a show like that. Because, like, my God, like, there's nothing more boring. This is the problem with the Netflix shows. 13 episodes is too long. Like, I mean, I said WandaVision at the start of the year was 3 episodes too long. It was a bit wanky. It just needed to do 6 episodes and get out of town. And I love Winter Soldier and the Falcon and Winter Soldier. Fantastic. 6 episodes in and out. Thank you very much. And they've done it again with Loki. I love Tim Hiddleston. I know that they've technically gone back on a death, and I know some people were really pissed off about that. It's like a death should mean death. But really, come on, this is a great show. It's got Luke, what is it? Owen Wilson in it.
Yeah.
He's great. It shows that he can play just more than the funny man.
Yeah, he can.
I'm a big fan of him. I just love the fact that he gets pulled into a time agency and he meets a female version of himself and he kisses his female version himself. It's a bit freaky. Like, that's a bit weird. It's like me kissing another Ben who's a female. It's a bit weird. But I love how we see Richard E. Grant.
Yes. As almost like the classic
Having the
as well.
time of his life.
When I saw the Lokis, I went, they start talking, and Richard E. Grant has got a very distinctive voice. I'm like, hold on the train on the way home. Like people were like, what the fuck is going on this iPad? Because it's like, I actually said out loud, is that it? No.
My favorite bit was when they were all in one of the waiting rooms and it was when they'd all met up with the Loki variants and they were playing the Mike Flowers version of Wonderwall in the bowling alley. I thought that was just yeah. You really, really just that touch just made me so happy.
Yeah.
I love how the sci-fi 80s music is in the background the whole time.
Oh, that intro and that one of the greatest intros I've ever made. That intro is insane. And so I can't remember her name. Who made it? It's a composer. She's awesome. She made that intro fire. The soundtrack of that show is incredible.
So Helen's seen this, right?
Loki.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the low down, you've seen the Loki.
I've seen the
Loki.
Loki.
You're very low key. Yeah, I'm terrible this week.
I'm keeping it low key. Yes, I am. I made that joke already with my partner. He groaned very loudly.
But
I actually said I'm low key enjoying it.
Oh my gosh, low key enjoying it. Oh.
And we have got young Loki, Kid Loki, who was in the Young Avengers. I don't know if they're bringing back, but he was in the lineup of the Young Avengers in the comics. So there's another Young Avenger. So you've got the grandfather of the Black Captain America, the grandson who becomes Patriot. You've got the Wanda's kids. Hawkeye's obviously dealing with Kate Bishop. And I'm guessing Miss Marvel will introduce, and Doctor Strange has got another one, the Latina magician, Miss America. So they're all slowly putting down all the Young Avengers for us to look at. So that's exciting. I felt they dealt with Kang the Conqueror really well. They don't say it's him, but it's him. I've checked the list.
It was interesting the way they did it because I know the character, so it was interesting the way they did it.
I love it because what happens is, one, I know my comics, Kang the Conqueror is a pain in the ass for anyone to deal with. One, now you've got multiple motherfuckers coming through. I can't wait with the multiverse spanning out. This is the next Avengers villain, I think. This is the next time these Avengers come together. Could be this guy. Because the Marvel Universe takes a long time to get to somewhere. But with all these TV shows and the films coming together now, they can move things along quicker, I think, hopefully. I think Kang will be the next Marvel, the next Avengers level villain, and they all need to come together to kick his ass. He's a Thanos level character, definitely in the comics. So, multiple versions of that, infinite versions. I almost creamed my pants on the train, man. I'm just like, as a comic book fan, I'm like, oh yes, that is going to be a big enough threat for the Avengers. I'm surprised that just I just like, I'm done. This is a great show. A lot of people complained, the female version, here we go, men getting pushed away. Not really. It shows a human side to Loki because they kind of rebooted him from the films. He's back to Avengers Loki. They humanized him again. Gave him a love story with himself from another version. Love Crocodile Loki. That guy should get his own spin-off.
Oh, I'd watched 8 episodes of Crocodile Loki for sure.
Loki, what the heck have you seen? Oh, being insane. Crocodile Loki.
I love it. And I love Richard E. Grant rocking the classic Loki outfit. I was like, that is some fan service right there.
Oh, they're powerful as heck, though. That's how Loki should be, powerful.
I'm looking forward to where they go. And I do like how Marvel keep changing it up. Like,
the ending was good.
Pretend Internals didn't happen.
Yeah, scrub that from my memory. I was going to say
it happens occasionally. You get a 4-2. You get a movie that isn't great. But Marvel are still excited me with their choices, like Wanda, with what she's doing with the multiverse, and Doctor Strange next year, and Spider-Man now, and like I'm excited to see what they're doing going forward and the new characters they're putting in. It's still a great universe. They're very careful, and all the Disney Plus stuff next year. 9 new shows.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to House of Harkness. I think is probably the one I'm looking forward to the most.
I can't wait. I can't wait for Armor Wars, Secret Invasion, like Miss Marvel, because these are cool characters. I'm looking forward to the diversity, and I think it's going to be great. Black Panther 2 next year. I'm looking forward to. Oh my god, there's so much stuff I'm looking forward to. I mean, some people complain, "Oh, I want Avengers again," but Eternals was the only firing miss, the one that everyone agrees is shit out of all those films and TV shows.
Yeah, the only misfire, really, isn't it?
And Shield, we don't like Shield, but like.
Extra Shield, Extra Shield, yeah. First couple of seasons were good. Other than that, it just died off.
And I'm just going to quickly talk about while we're doing that. By the way, Tom Huddlestone has fantastic hair. It's just awesome how he parts it. When I get my hair growing out a bit, I'm going to try and do the Loki, like a little bit of like wavy hair. Anyway, Nightmare Fuel. I also want to talk about a show on Netflix called The Stranger.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Tell us more.
Which is based on Harlan Copen book. He's a great author.
Oh, hang on. This is another one where I've watched it and I've forgotten that I've watched it.
Okay.
When you said Harlan Coben, yes, I have seen it.
I've downloaded the theme tune because it's a really good theme tune. In the beginning, it's originally the book was in America. I haven't got around to reading this book yet, but I'm a big fan of his novels. He's like a really good thriller writer. And between the works where I live in Ilford and my libraries nearby, I've managed to get most of his books borrowed or bought for very cheap, so I'm very happy. He should give me 10% of all his sales for the rest of the time. I'm serious right now. So basically, it's about I'm trying to remember the character's name. Hold on a second. Adam Price. So we find out that he's a family man. He's watching his son at football, and a stranger in the cap comes up and tells him, basically, you should have left your wife when she faked her pregnancy. Basically, which leads to Domino.
I know that one. Yeah, I know. I watched it.
Watched it. Fantastic. 2 of you watched this bit, so I've got to sell it to Troy now. Brilliant.
Yeah.
But there are so many dominoes. This stranger's going around asking for 10 grand, blackmailing everyone. And the great thing is, I'm not going to give too many spoilers because it is so loaded with stuff, and it hits a cliffhanger really well.
Interesting. Okay.
Because it was originally set in America, but they brought it to England, and it's got so many good actors in it. And like, I didn't know which way it was going to go. I do feel like it's a bit too connected, though. There was a lot of red herrings.
Oh, too much clues, yeah.
So many. Every time I thought I knew what was going on, Helen will know what I'm talking about. There's a body in a house that I thought was a certain character that goes missing.
Yeah.
And the character that is the person that did the thing, I don't believe it for a second. It felt a bit like a cop out. I found the ending was a bit, didn't quite land the ending. I think Tara and Helen seem to know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The finale with the gun and everything, I was like a bit
okay.
wet fart.
Yeah.
Ending.
I mean, I think if anybody's read a load of mystery books, then you kind of know that there's going to be at least one red herring.
Oh, there was like 75 red herrings in this.
Yeah, and there was quite a lot.
Jeez, that's a lot.
It's good though because it always smacks you on the bottom. But much like a Chris Chibnall Doctor Who season finale, it left you wanting more. Yes, I will keep putting Doctor Who in every goddamn episode. Okay. Fuck you, Chris Chibnall. I hope you listen to this and you cry. Right, anyway, so sorry, I'm just going off on him. It's really well acted. I like the fact it was set not in London. It was set in like the countryside a little bit. You know, I don't know where it was set, but it was definitely not London. And the stranger, Helen, Tara, Tara, you doing makeup while we're talking here?
It's not makeup, it's skincare. It smells great, by the way.
Still okay, fine. I'll let you go. You're weird. I'm joking though. Helen and Tyler, you both watched the show. Did you feel like
Yeah.
the stranger was fleshed out enough? The stranger herself?
I don't know. I mean, I think these things are always they always follow a quite similar pattern. So if you've watched one of them, you can kind of fill in the gaps yourself. But if you've never watched or read like a detective novel, I think it might be a little bit like, watched a film or a series made out of a detective novel or read a detective novel, then I think you're might be a bit confused or a bit like, maybe this needs more. But I think if you know the genre, then it's pretty standard.
Yeah.
I mean, it's exceptional. Yeah, it's good, but it's standard for a detective story.
I just felt like at the beginning they didn't spend a lot of time with her, and I was worried that they were just going to have her last minute reveal why she did it. I don't feel like she has enough justification for it, and her relationship to certain characters was laughable for me. I thought, yeah, come on now, let's make it better than this. This is shit.
You didn't believe it.
But then he didn't write the adaptation. It was someone else, so that's her fault, not his.
Yeah, but yeah, it's one of those things where you watch it and you think it's good, and then when you take a step back and think about it, you're like, okay, yeah, maybe there was a few holes in that, or maybe I didn't really understand that motivation. But yeah, I think that can be down to adaptation and acting as much as it is down to the source material. So
if you never like lemurs or alpacas, there's a great bit where there's just a head in the road. There's a great red herring there. I love all that. They spit at people. I got spat on by a alpaca on my holiday once. I hate the fuckers.
Oh gosh. Sheffield.
I hate alpacas. They're nasty little fuckers, really.
Sheffield, by the way.
I can't remember. I think it was Egypt. I got spat by an alpaca, and I just thought, you little. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to talk about. It's a mini series. It ends in one season. They made it very clear. But go read Harlan Coben's books as well. They're doing one at the end of the month. I can't remember. It's 6 years, or is it? I will remember this while we're talking. I'll bring it back up. But he's got a deal with Netflix where most of his books get adapted. And there's also Safe is another one of his mini-series on Netflix. And
I like that.
I haven't watched it yet. It's on my list now. Lots of his stuff is going to get adapted. But the good news is, unlike Adam Sandler, Netflix deal, this is good stuff, not shit.
Solid.
No, solid pick. It's not bad. It's just the ending's a bit of a wet fart for me.
Safe is the one with Emmett Scanlon in it, isn't it?
I don't know because I've not watched the trailer. I just know I'm a big whore. I'm a Harlan Coben whore. I'm more of a whore of his books than Ross and Toby's arse. That's how much I will go with that.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Maybe Russell Toby should get his arse out in one of these adaptations so that we can just it's the best show ever. 10 out of 10.
Actually, it's got Emmett Scanlon in it, but he's not the main character. But there is one with Emmett.
Johansson's ass as well with him. Oh my god, the two perfect booties together run together like peaches. Don't know what I'm doing now.
I don't know, but there is one. But there's a murder mystery starring Emmett Scanlon as one of the main characters that's really, really good. But I don't know if it's a Harlan Coben one. But I will get back to you on that one.
Okay, go watch that. That's me done.
The Stranger.
It's Netflix. Go watch it. And it didn't get people said it was cancelled. It wasn't cancelled. It was a limited series. It was always
it's based on one book, so it's never going to be.
Yeah. So
Troy, I'm selling it to you mostly. If you like Behind Her Eyes, it's that level, but just the ending's not as good as Behind Her Eyes, where it went to another level. Oh my god!
That ending was incredible. Behind Her Eyes.
It was a good show, and then that ridiculously good or bad ending, depending on who you speak to. It was like, oh my god! It's like that. Helen looks like she knows what we're talking about now, by the way.
No, I didn't. I missed it. What are you talking about?
Behind Her Eyes.
Oh, Behind Her Eyes, yeah, batshit. Batshit.
But it's so good batshit, and it didn't lie because it was putting the clues in the whole way through. They were ready for that.
The murder mystery.
My wife told me off for swearing. I was like, that is some good shit. Like, damn it. Well done. Stop swearing. I'm sorry. I'm passionate. Maybe you should watch some bad shows. That's her advice. Maybe you should watch some bad shows so you can be quiet.
The murder mystery starring Emmett J. Scanlon that I was thinking about is called The Deceived, which I think is also on Netflix, which is worth a look.
Oh, The Deceived. That sounds familiar. What's in it?
It's about a woman who falls in love with a university lecturer and all is not what it seems.
The Deceived. Might have to find out later on for Deceived. Let me write this down.
He is in Safe, but the main actor in Safe is Dexter Morgan, the guy that plays Dexter, Michael C. Hall, doing a very convincing English accent.
Oh, snap, he's in that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is another Harlan Coben one, I think. I'm not sure if The Deceived is a Harlan Coben one.
Deceived. Okay, that's right.
Okay. There we go. So, who would like to go next? I'm sorry it took up 25 minutes there, but I normally don't talk much.
Hey, don't worry about it.
Like, Loki was good, and just because you're just sending me to sleep, it's good if you want to sleep. And The Stranger was really good. I was excited up until episode 8. I was a bit, it's like a deflating balloon. It's one massive fart of an ending. Okay.
But I don't get why someone wants to fake their pregnancy, you know.
He hasn't seen it. You can't. Yeah. But
sorry,
but the bitch lied the whole way through, so she deserved what she got. That's
but you ever think that why would someone do that?
That's the one thing they never explain her thinking behind that, and I wish that they had done something with that character because I kind of feel like that was unanswered. I would really have loved to know what was her thinking behind it, and they don't go there, and it's a bit disappointing.
Yeah, they never really explain. She doesn't really explain why she does it. She says she did it for fun, basically. Yeah, I'm like, what fun does it have?
You know what? They should have put those school kids and fucked them off in the corner so that they can just... The plot, there's nothing important going on in there. If you're taking the school kids out and just shut them in, lock them in the basement or something so that they can't interfere with the plot, you could have given more time to that. See, that's where I would have tightened it. There's too many characters keep going on. There's too many lies going on. And it's just like, I'm thinking, right, is this going anywhere? That's the problem with it. I would give it 7. I would give it a 7.5. It's decent enough.
That's a pretty good score.
It's not bad. It's Harlan Coben.
Decent thriller.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Like I'm going to read all of his books for free from the libraries I know, so I'm happy.
When you said it, I'm going to read it for free.
I'm a big fan of his stuff. He's really good. And then when you realise that his books are all getting adapted by Netflix, it's a win-win. Because they are pretty good.
Yeah.
I might not be saying this in a couple of years when we've done 25 of the goddamn series, but we'll see how we go.
Fine.
Anyway, who wants to go next? Because this is the half an hour of Ben, and I think it's time to move on.
Right, so we're just going to highlight the best of 2021, right?
That is on a New Year's special.
Yeah.
In 2 weeks.
Okay, maybe I'll go next, right?
Go for it.
Right, so yesterday, I'm not sure if it's worldwide, but over here, The Witcher 2 was released on Netflix.
Oh my gosh, The Witcher 2! Oh,
I haven't watched it yet. I haven't watched it yet.
Hold noise. I don't even know if you can hold noise. Hold on. You've already watched season 2.
No, I haven't. I just saw the trailer. But
okay. So what are you doing? See the episode?
You fucking cocktease.
I'm just going to talk about season 1.
That's why you're so tired. I just mainlined 10 episodes.
Oh my.
I'm ready. Superman's got a nice ass.
Right. So, yeah, let's talk about The Witcher, So The Witcher starts with an overly buff guy on what we call in the Japanese term bara. Overly buff guy called Gerald or Rivia.
Gerald.
Who's apparently Superman in another universe.
Oh, God.
Yes, apparently Superman in another universe. and he meets
Yeah.
this chick called Yennefer, and he has an adopted daughter called Siri, not the iPhone Siri, but just Siri. Yeah, I like Siri.
Yeah, seriously,
Yeah.
seriously.
And he has a horse. I forgot what the horse name is. Do you remember?
Mr. Horse,
There's he has
The
a
horse
horse.
and
I
eggs.
don't know you before I watch it. I literally
Mr.
can't remember.
Ed, Mr. Carrot Lover.
Yeah. And then there's Jaskier, pretty much a court jester who loves to bust.
Going to your Witcher, Valley, your blade.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go too far.
Troy's got a massive erection now because he's got the word witch in the title.
No.
He's
Okay.
trying to hide it, I can tell.
Okay,
It's
right.
a man, Troy. It's a man. How do you feel now?
So
What?
basically, The Witcher is based on Eastern European folklore where all those monsters, those random monsters, what is in Ben's background? Those are M&Ms, I guess. Okay, yeah, so it's based on Eastern European folklore where those random monsters come up. And then Gerald's task is to kill all the monsters, but he's a monster himself, though. And witches, supposedly, if you go back historically and explore the origins of witches, in a way, they are man-made to be supernatural human beings.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
The base of the game as well. I need to play the games as well because literally,
Yeah, I played the game
there's so
before.
many words in the show that
Yeah.
you think, what the... When I first saw The Witcher season 1, I was like, what the heck is going on? When I first saw it, I was like, they're saying all these words, they're going to all these places, and they're expecting you to understand where the heck's going on half the time in the first part of the season. And then slowly I started to pick up on it, but even then it's still kind of tough if you're not that kind of person who picks up on stuff very quickly. You can get lost easily.
Yeah, and I think, where's Ben? Okay, right.
Hello. What did I miss? I went to
Okay, you
Sorry.
missed the fact that Gerald is Superman as well, and he does have some big ass man titty, yo.
Well, he is. Hold on. Let me do the Superman pose. Superman. He has shit. He put his tits up into the camera. Him and Russ. If you
This
were to
guy's
build a
huge,
man
bro.
or
This
man,
guy's huge. I
hold
was like, what the heck is it in the Witcher?
Talking about Henry Cavill, right?
Hold on, right, hold on. So if
that
you
chest though.
his
my
tits,
God.
I don't even know bottom and Russell Toby's bottom together, like a full bottom.
Okay. So basically, we're talking about Henry Cavill. I believe
what
he's a
is
fellow countryman of you guys, right? He's British, right?
He's a good actor.
Yeah, he's a fellow countryman of you guys.
Shit,
He doesn't produce
actors in DC have made him seem boring, but he's a damn good actor. Actually.
Very underrated.
Yeah, the man from U.N.C.L.E., and he's most probably going to be the next James Bond. He's great, Henry Cavill. I'm not hearing it.
He's jacked as fuck, yo. So, and let's talk about the other characters. What do you think about the horse?
I've played the game. The horse, I killed the horse every time because the horse set fire to that effing horse. That horse never went. The bitch never went the way I wanted it to go. So I set fire to the horse and walked everywhere.
Well, I don't know how the horse actually tolerates Gerald's weight. He'd be like, "Hey, Gerald, you're too heavy."
Yeah.
So have you broken this podcast while I was away?
Yeah, she broke the podcast.
Okay, let's talk about
the wig. The wig is not a problem. People are going about the wig. The wig's not great, but I mean, I watched. I don't know. Bebop. Bebop's Faye Valentine's wig is terrible on that, and that's a bad wig. This wig is pretty bad, but the acting is amazing. Like what I've seen.
Right. Can we talk about the fact that I bet or believe Gerald doesn't really bathe?
Oh my God's sake! This is a horny podcast now.
No, I'm serious. Every time I see him like wearing the same clothes, probably the same underwear as well, and just traveling through the forest with horse, and I'm like, dude, don't you ever bathe? You look smelly, yo.
It's the middle age. It's that time when they didn't have baths and stuff like we have now. We've got to kind of cut them to slack. They're gonna smell a little bit. These people in medieval times.
But you have to bathe, yo. You know there's such thing as fleas.
You have to you're never gonna get in Lord of the Rings, Frodo and whatever the other guy's name, having a bath together and rubbing each other's shoulder with lotion, or Merlin and Arthur and Merlin having a bath together. because they don't have baths much in that time. Or Xena and Gabriel and Xena. Wait, they did that a lot.
Okay.
Hold on.
Yeah, wait, hold on then. Wait, go back. Yes.
Yeah, they did that a lot.
They did that a lot. Yes.
Okay, yo, what about fleas, yo? And high
See Game of Thrones? It is possible for that to happen.
Oh, gross. Anyway, yeah, let's talk about Yennefer.
Oh, yeah,
I know the characters from the games. I don't know them from the show. I know who you're talking about.
But I kind of wish that Eva Green would have played Yennefer, because to me, she's like a real life Yennefer, to be honest.
Okay. She's a good actress.
Yeah, she does look like a real life Yennefer. She fits the exact description and everything. But I heard that they couldn't really afford like two A-list actors, Henry Cavill and Eva Green at the same time, because they have to, give the salary to Henry Cavill, and it's expensive.
Henry Cavill's audition was I'm Superman. Why do you think you're going to get the part I'm Superman? I'm Superman. I'm leaving DC now. I'm Superman.
I'm Superman. Got the big man titty, yo.
Where do you see yourself in a couple of years? I'm going to be in a Marvel movie.
Okay.
Lucy
right.
sucks. I hate Ben Affleck. He tried to cheat on me with my wife. He tried to steal my wife.
Okay. And let's talk about the fact that Gerald and Yennefer keep banging.
Okay.
And in the game, they actually bang on a horse, if I'm not wrong.
Why do you keep going back to this fucking horse? Has he got a better ass than Russell Tovey? Is this what we're going to in this podcast now?
To be honest, I do think Henry Cavill may have a better ass than Russell Tovey. Don't kill me.
Get out, you slut! Get out!
No! But Henry Cavill is your fellow countryman too. He's British, isn't it?
Oh no, is he English? No, he is English.
He is. I'm gonna go and
You lot can have him.
When you say countryman, I should say this for English. I should say this for
He is a British.
I've corrected people. Andrew Garfield is Scottish, so he is Scottish Spider-Man, and Tim Holland is my countryman. Now, I can't speak for Helen or Troy and how they feel.
Is Andrew Garfield Scottish?
Yes, he is.
Henry William Dalglish Cavill is a British actor. Okay.
I've got that wrong. He looks like Andy Murray. Sorry, Andrew Garfield is English.
Actually, Andrew Garfield was born in America. He's an He was born in Los Angeles, and he came to Britain at a young age.
Helen, do you consider English people your countrymen, or do you think that we are neighbours? Interesting question.
Well, it's a bit different for me because I'm half English. It offends me when people call England Britain.
Yeah, we're separate countries, but we are collectively together.
Yeah,
I would say that.
If they say that somebody's English who's not English, I kind of get a bit. Actually, that person's not English.
Yeah,
British.
I have to correct a lot of people on this. So Henry Cavill is my countryman because he's English. I was born in England.
English. Let's look at his place of birth. Okay, it is.
Oh my God. What? How good is the show, Tara? Except for Henry Cavill's body. Give me something.
I can't believe I can't believe the audience have missed out on the demonstration of Henry Cavill's butt.
Oh.
No.
Next week, Troy won't be here for the Christmas special. He's talking about butts.
Butts and titties.
Why don't you talk about some women's asses, Troy? That makes you a really sexy.
How about Jennifer's ass, woman's ass?
Let's talk about Jennifer Lawrence's ass in Hunger Games. Let's balance this out. She's got an ass.
Oh, I'm back. Jennifer Lawrence's ass. Okay, I'm back. Right.
I have to balance it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, right. So yeah, my friend, the titty man, said he loves Henry Cavill. I can see why. And okay, so other than that, let's talk about Jessica.
There's more airtime than Russell Tovey's ass. This titty man.
Okay.
Ever since we brought you on this fucking podcast, Titty Man's got more airtime than Boris Johnson giving announcements about COVID.
Gee whiz.
He can't. Boris Johnson, you're a cunt. Anyway, let's keep going.
Titty Man would be infinitely better at running this country, I think.
Oh, he would be happy.
My grandma, who's dead, would be better at running this country than
you would
Boris
be happy to
Johnson.
hear that. How about Henry Cavill for PM for the UK? Gerald as your PM, yo.
absolutely more
Found.
qualified than the one we have right now. So yeah, bring it on.
That's not hard, is it? To be fair, though, it's not hard to be fair.
Okay, yeah. So so overall I really like the show. I think it's actually
What is the show about besides a horse's bottom?
Okay, I
And-
told you were missing when I was talking about it.
Yeah, you missed it.
Yeah, based on Eastern European folklore, and all those monsters are based on Eastern European folklore. So they need a witcher back in the medieval days to kill the monster. So that's basically what the story is about. And Gerald is kind of like a monster because he's a man-made. Witches are man-made to kill monsters specifically.
Thing
Yeah.
is,
It's
when you think
basically
Witcher-
Boy Buffy, but in the olden days.
Yeah.
See, when you spoke about The Witcher, I went to the toilet because I know you're going to talk about the backstory, which I've already heard from the video game. So I was like, right, this is a toilet break. I'm gone. Come back. And you talk about horses' buttocks. So, interesting time.
Yeah, so pretty much I think it focuses on Eastern Europe. Not sure is it Czech or Slovakia or one of those countries. Maybe you guys know better than me. And I pretty much liked it. I liked it actually. It was very well.
Yeah.
I think the graphics are pretty very well made though. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
How many titties out of 5 does it get?
How many what?
How many titties out of 5 are you screwing this?
I'm gonna give it a 4.
4 titties out of 5. That's pretty high titties.
4 to
That's
the
porn star titties almost.
That's
yeah, okay.
titty high praise.
Not that I know what a porn star looks like because I'm a married man. So
Okay. Yeah.
just so I don't get in trouble with anyone that listens to this podcast. Cool.
No, I haven't watched season 2 yet, and shit. Sorry, I dropped something. Yeah.
That's all right.
I'm gonna watch it.
Can you watch it? Yeah, I had to rewatch season 1 so I could watch season 2 because it literally just dropped.
Yeah.
It's on my
Sorry.
list of things.
So rerun real quick. I watched it already, but I just need to refresh myself just to
Yep.
get season 2. So
It's on my list.
Mhm.
To be
Definitely
honest
watch
with you,
it. Yeah.
we come back because I'm going to peer behind the curtain because of the next 2 episodes are going to be Christmas themed and New Year's best of 2021.
Mhm.
I'm going to spend the next 3 weeks just bombarding myself with loads of new shows, and Witcher is on that list, and I'm just going to go watch so much stuff because I have the whole 3 weeks. I have 2 weeks off with nothing to do. So when we reconvene in January, a whole hour of me talking about all the shows, and you guys are going to get 10 minutes each, and that's the end of the podcast. That's what we're doing.
Okay, and do not forget, do not miss out the bathtub scene of Henry Cavill.
Why do we have to become the butt review show? Butt TV. We'll just quit butt TV. We'll talk about the butts. We don't talk about the show.
Juicy butt syndrome.
Butt syndrome. Yeah, butt syndrome. Sky butt syndrome. Troy won't be here. It's me, Tara and Helen this week, rating the asses of men and women. And titties. The titty butt show.
I can rate arses. I'll do that. That sounds like a fun game.
Well, yeah.
Oh, this podcast is
Just wish that they casted Eva Green as Yennefer, because Yennefer was meant for her, but they couldn't pay her, so yeah.
So, Troy, Helen, do you have any butts in your shows that you want to talk about?
I'll let Helen go
Yeah,
first.
I'm done for mine now.
I need to recover.
Jessica Jones is a nice ass. I would.
No butts, but I did mention Michael C. Hall earlier on, so that is going to give you a little hint as to what I'm talking about. I'm going to go with a bit of a theme here. I'm going to go with reboots that I have been watching on Now TV. So I have been watching Dexter New Blood and just like that, the Sex and the City reboot.
Oh.
So the new Dexter, Next to New Blood, I'm cautious. I was cautious when I began watching it because, like most people who love Dexter, we've had our heart broken once, and we're not going to be really sure if we want to have it broken again.
Nope.
You know, the finale was famously not great. Yeah, a little bit dog shit. So Dexter New Blood catches up with Dexter, like since the end of the original series. He's living in Alaska under a new name, working in a gun shop. His new name is Jim Lindsay, which I would probably be very sure is a shout out to Jeff Lindsay who wrote the books, but I don't know. And he is living a kind of really small town life and just enjoying it and having his little quiet time, and then all is not what it seems in this quiet Alaskan village. So there's a little bit of an undertone going on that is kind of reminds me of like early Twin Peaks. That whole kind of this very weird town in very North America is very, very strange, and there's lots of weird people kind of way, but there's a lot of kind of shady tycoons in the area. Like there's a big man on campus and his father that both seem to be up to no good and seem to be a bit wrong and a bit of wrongins. So lots of new faces coming back as well over the. I'm not going to give any spoilers about who comes back, but I think people who like the original are going to be pleasantly surprised at who turns up, just because none of it feels shoehorned in like it's always. I mean, there's a couple of contrived coincidences, but like everybody who comes back, it's not just, oh look, it's so and so's guest episode. It drives the plot on, and it's really needed for something. So yeah. I am gone from cautiously optimistic to genuinely enjoying Dexter New Blood. So if you have a chance to watch it, do that. And Sex and the City, just like that. I don't know. I think it's called A New Chapter of Sex and the City, and just like that.
Would you like me just to bring my wife onto this podcast so you can talk about it, and I'll just go in the background for half an hour?
If she wants to, I mean, that's fair enough. But I mean, I'm not going to give any spoilers, but it's just basically catching up with everybody who are now in their 50s and enjoying life, and how the women from Sex and the City fit into a kind of a bit more of a changing world, and how they used to be like had the fingers on the pulse, and now they've been a little bit left behind and are not the kind of cultural touchstones that they used to be. And it's just really interesting, actually, just to watch to see how the characters fit in and how much things have changed. So like some of the things are like really obvious. So like Miranda's decided that corporate law is not for her, so she wants to kind of get into human rights law. Samantha still is very much like a wife and a mother, but her girliness is being kind of challenged somewhat by her children, which is a really interesting way to go. And Samantha's been written out, obviously, because she didn't want to come back because she hated all the actresses, and they're enjoying getting a few digs in at her, I think, which feels a little bit unnecessary, but is also very, very fun to watch. So yeah, starts out with an interesting premise. The first episode is a bit of a shocker, big, massive, absolutely huge spoilers. I'm not going to give you any of them, but it's once you kind of realize what's going to happen, it becomes very, very obvious that it's going to happen within the first kind of half of the episode. You're like, okay, they're laying a few things down here that might come up later. And all I will say is that if I was the person that worked for Peloton that said, yes, you can use our product in your show, I would demanded to have seen the script first.
Why?
And that's all I'm going to say on the matter, because anything else is a massive spoiler.
I'm interested because I'm not a fan, but I would like to know why you would like to see the script first.
I'll tell you once we finish recording.
Okay. Off camera. Okay.
I'll tell you off camera, just so there's no spoilers. But yeah, so actually worth a look. So yeah, 2 reboots seem to be worth a watch so far. I mean, Sex and the City is never going to be any kind of really challenging viewing, but it is interesting to see like something that was so groundbreaking at the time actually being left behind a little bit. Like because Carrie's got a podcast now, so that's what she's doing, and the host says to her that she needs to be a bit more direct when she talks about sex, and she's kind of a bit like, oh, what? And I'm like, you had a sex column for years and years and years, like, but what is kind of normal to talk about now is not what was normal to talk about when the first Sex and the City was out. So yeah, it's interesting in that way. And yeah, I'm excited to see where Dexter goes. I've got an idea where it's going, but I'm not going to look too far ahead, but I am excited. about that one. Dexter Morgan's gonna kill you.
I hope he kills Boris Johnson. That'd be a good episode.
And that's the thing, though, isn't it? Like, that was what's so good about the first series. Dexter is like, yeah, you did think, oh, I couldn't possibly cheer on a serial killer. Like, by the end, halfway through season 1, you were like, go on. Yeah, I'm starting to feel like, go on, Dex, get him.
Get him all. Get him all. At this point.
Get that brown jersey on. Get the cling film out and sort this situation out right now, young man.
The iconic cling film is back. Let's go. The sheets. Ready for that, man.
I used to love it when he came in that brown V-neck with the buttons on it and these cargo trousers because you knew that some shit was going to go down.
Yeah, you know, man's got the gloves on him. Man's like, he's got the gloves on him. Be like,
yeah, he's ready. He's got his syringe ready.
He got the syringe ready. That was the one. That takedown was iconic. I was like, I kid you not. I was like, I felt so bad afterwards. I was like, oh my days. I felt like just getting some latex gloves and just do it to someone real quick. I just want to do it to someone. Like, I was taking someone down real quick, but no, I'm good. I've recovered from those days, but yeah. But yeah, Dexter's
excellent. So that's me for this week. Yeah.
Woo! Lovely. Thank you, Helen.
I got a round of applause. That was lovely. I enjoyed that.
I appreciate your contribution to the podcast each week.
Thank you.
And you're not rating the horses' asses like Tara does now.
Tara, Ben, you deserve it too. You two deserve it as well. You two deserve it.
What a bunch of pricks we are. We're self-congratulating.
let's just pat ourselves in the back for 10 minutes. That's going to make excellent listening.
Hey, Ben, we'll do the champer.
We're doing 89. This is episode 89. I mean, at this point, why don't we pass it? Still here.
I'm doing the Tommaso champer real quick. Tommaso
champer.
Pop yourself in the back. But yeah. The devil. I'm the devil. But yeah,
Devil, you're the devil.
I'm the devil. That was iconic. You can't beat that level.
That fan thought it was real.
You can't beat that version.
Champer, you're the fucking devil. I am. That was like, come on, brother. It's wrestling. You don't need to get that into wrestling.
You can't beat that. It's just too high now. That bar was too high.
It's acting. Come on.
Bar was way too high. But let me see now. Let's see.
So Troy, what have you got for us to end us to?
Okay. I'm not gonna go too crazy because that's a long one.
It's gonna be bad.
That's a long one. So
how is Hawkeye?
Oh man.
Second, I said, you know what? Yeah, let me go on it first. I was gonna do that last, but I said, Ben brought it up. Let's do it. So let's do it. Ben brought it up. Okay. So let's kick that one off first. So first pick. I'm gonna just do a recap. Let's just so far. Hawkeye, you know. And Helen brought up as well. You're laying down one of the most iconic entrances in the show ever seen. Yelena just rocking up.
Oh, Yelena.
Cooking some food in the back, you know, just like doing a quick fry up, you know. Her in the back. What's she even making? Helen? I don't know what Yelena was.
It was mac and cheese. She loves it with the hot sauce.
A quick mac and cheese, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, Yelena, man, so good. Just rocking up on Kate Bishop real quick. Just threatening her just a little bit, saying to stay out of her way.
Calling her Kate Bishop.
Yes.
Iconic.
Kate Bishop. You're about to keep saying it, reiterating over and over. Bishop.
No, I'm joking. That's,
this guy. But yeah,
Bishop.
Over again.
I'm your daddy. No, don't do the repeat. I'm your daddy. This is the doctor. We're going to bring. No, that's Scottish. No, don't.
Yeah,
do that.
I was going to say you're going for Scottish.
Yeah.
Scottish there.
Review. This is the doctor, and she's now in the Marvel Universe because BBC got bought by Disney. Yeah, we're going to do Doctor Who with the Avengers. She's going to die soon. We've got a much better actor coming in.
And it's like, what do you do?
I feel like
David Tennant comes across, and Jessica Jones goes, Kilgrave! Yeah, just keep going. Stop me. Go on, Trey. Talk about Hawkeye. Sorry.
Stop it. All right. So, yeah, as I said before, Yelena rocks up trying to get revenge for her sister as her boss, which is going to be tied into Secret Wars. That's going to come at some point. Yeah, that's going to tie up into
I'm sorry, what?
Hey, it's going to tie in there. I ain't going to say too much. But yeah, that's Her boss is going to tie into Secret Wars. So
I know what Secret Wars is, but how does it tie into Secret Wars? Like,
hey, I can't say too much. If I say it, it's going to be a spoiler. It's going to come for later on down the line.
Stuff.
Hey, Ben, it's going to tie in. When you watch the rest of them, it's going to tie in.
I will get to Hawkeye next week, and
yes.
we'll talk about Infamous Christmas special.
So, yeah, so to Yelena, as I said before, Roxanne, Kate Bishop said to stay out of the way. Hey, I'm trying to get Clint, as you saw last episode. She was in a fight, in a triple threat with Maya, Clint, and herself. And Kate Bishop rocked up just to ruin the triple threat, which is about to be awesome. But in this episode, the latest episode, we get a hint of Ronan in the episode. So which I love.
Tribal chief.
The tribal chief. Not that kind of role.
No, I know you mean Hawkeye.
But yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, obviously. I'm feeding into it. So at the same time, he goes back to his villainous side, which I liked. That side of Clint was amazing. I love that. He went hardcore just for a little bit, just for a couple of minutes. Just to kind of go on.
It was just a glimpse, wasn't it? Just to remind everybody, like,
just a glimpse. Just
not
a little bit.
The badass it's not completely gone.
Yeah. Just because I've got my family, man. You know, I got a hearing aid. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. I ain't soft out here. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're saying to people. Don't count me out yet. I'm maybe an older guy. I'm not out. I'm not done out here. So he fought Maya for a little bit as well. I love when them two connect. There's a chemistry I like between Clint and Maya. The girl, I love that stuff. I love little combat bits. And she almost got the upper hand on Clint. Because literally, it wasn't, he got distracted. And he got taken down, took his sword, and was about to axe him. He's about to finish him. And Kate kind of just came in there with the little mini save, with the save. And I was like, oh my gosh. Clint out here slacking. I was like, oh man. But at the same time, he's trying to get her on side, which I love the sign language things. I love that kind of thing. It's just different, you know. I love that kind of thing, just like learning new stuff. And obviously he doesn't know the lip reading part of it. He just knows the sign and stuff like that because he has a hearing aid. But at the same time, I love that Maya is kind of teaching him at the same time to kind of use the other senses that you have.
Yeah.
Don't always rely, as I said before, I think when I was talking about it earlier on, don't always rely on that hearing aid because they ain't always going to be there. And before she stamped on it, she was like, hey, you rely too much on this technology, you know? So I love that. That's still going on as well. And as I said before, Kate was kind of out of it for a little bit because he kind of told her to get lost after the last episode. But then she kind of comes back, as I said before, to kind of save Clint again. And she's slowly going to creep back into the storyline, and Elena's going to. And the thing is, this was kind of like a holdover episode. And if you go about it, it was good action and stuff. Yeah. So yeah. It was kind of like a holdover episode just to kind of. Yeah, go on.
It's like the end of the introduction and the beginning of the finale, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like it's a middle episode, very much a middle episode. Yeah. It would be the second film in a trilogy, wouldn't it?
Yeah. It's like a middle movie in a trilogy. So that's kind of there. So it's kind of tied slowly, creeping. And as you see the end of the episode, I don't know if I want to say it.
Careful.
What happens at the end of the episode? Because
careful.
Yeah, don't. Spoilers.
Yeah,
spoilers.
I'm not going to spoil it, but it ties into something else.
But it's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. I was like this. I was like, no. I was like, they ain't doing that. I was like, no. They ain't bringing it. Nah. That's happening. Or for a he or a she. But I was like, nah. That ain't happening. They can't do that. They even do like a little image. And in the episode as well, the outline image of the character. I was like, yo, my boy, it's amazing. It was nice to see the little Easter egg stuff thing at the end, which I love. Talking to Kate Bishop's mom at the end, a little transaction, a little conversation that was happening there in that little picture.
It's nice though, isn't it? I really like the parallels in Hawkeye. I like the there's a lot of debate in the deaf community about kind of signing versus hearing aids and things like that, and what is right and what should be happening, and whether that culture should be carried on or whether people should be using science to kind of to improve their hearing, and how that might lose some of the history of the language of ASL or BSL, whatever it is. But also as well, like, I found it really interesting with the Kate and Yelena, like how Kate is a very privileged young woman who has chosen to put her life on the line.
Exactly.
And Yelena is this woman who has had her life taken from her. She's been trained to be a fighter at a very young age. You know, she's had her reproductive organs taken out. And Kate is making choices that Yelena doesn't have, but Kate thinks they're equal, and Yelena's just looking at her like, bitch, please.
Oh, that scene, Helen, with that scene.
Yeah.
Hey, I can kill you. Kill
something,
me.
yeah. And I think there's something about like appropriating trauma or traumatized identities that is just really interesting about that. Like, I love that dynamic.
I love it. Oh, and they also talked about the blip as well, the point, the blip.
Yes, and what happened
to that as well, yeah. And I love that scene. Oh, that was a great little clip. Oh man, that flashback. With Elena literally and other widows talking, having like, you know what I'm saying, having a kind of heart to heart a little bit between the three of them.
And post blip New
yes,
York as well.
Yes. Pre and post blip. And I was like, oh my god, that was tight. That was a great little tie-in. She just wakes up, literally time's gone by. Her Black Widow friend has a kid now, married. Like she's just like, to her, this was like the next day. Like literally nothing's changed for her. She turned around, like she's just stuck in the house. Everything's changed around. I love that stuff. Which was nice. But as I said before, hey, the next episode, like, it's about to get crazy. If I see where this is going, it's about to get crazy.
We're about to enter the fireworks factory, aren't we? And I'm here for it.
Now. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be fireworks. You know, it's gonna be awesome. I love it. So that's me done talking about Hawkeye. For the first pick. I'm gonna finish up. I'm not gonna be too quick on the second one because Disney Plus, Hawkeye. Yeah, I got it. Disney Plus. Second pick right now. I literally just watched it today, and I was like, should I go second pick today? Should I just talk about Hawkeye just for a catch up? And I was like, hey, let me just talk about Sharman King, the reboot.
Oh.
Yeah, 2021 Netflix.
Is this anime?
Yes.
Oh dear.
Sharman King. I was like, oh,
Sharman King. Am I
Sharman
right?
King. And I was like, are you serious? They got Sharman King on Netflix. I was like, are you serious? I was like, oh my.
Would you like to explain to Helen what Sharman King is?
Yeah,
me and Tara know what it is.
I have no idea.
I know what it is.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you a quick rundown. So it's kind of complex, but not really complex. So it's basically this world of shamans, you know, and basically it started off with these two families, and a group of basically twins were born, and there was an evil twin, or destined to be evil twin, that got reincarnated from how many years ago into like a child. And then there was the good one, which is basically their quest is to become the Sharman King. And he's supposed to be basically the evil and the good. So, and the episode where the good one's called Yo, and he can talk to spirits. So that's basically the main crux of the show. He can talk to spirits. He can interact with spirits. He can use spirits as a certain power. He can power himself up. He can like channel their kind of like abilities into himself. And that's the kind of thing. That's the kind of abilities he has. And at the same time, he's trying to balance that with his school life, because he's a kid at the same time, but his goal is to become the Sharman King. He wants to be the ultimate channel of spirits, the king. Okay. So this was from childhood to kind of save this mythical world that he's in. So that's the kind of like main crux of the show. And this is literally the first episode, and I literally couldn't remember. I was like, oh my days, Sharman King. All I remember is having a great theme tune. Back in the day, it was, I think, back early 2000s when the original came out. Because this is a reboot. And it looks clean. I was like, oh my days, this looks amazing. The way they remastered this and reboot, they made it look sick. But Netflix is on fire again. That's what I'm going to say. Netflix is just... I didn't know Netflix. Netflix is spending money, but spending money in the right way. That's what I'd say. Because people go, hey, Netflix is spending money on wasting money on all these shows and properties. You know what I'm saying? And they just rebooting stuff. But hey, they did a great original content as well, so don't get that twisted. But this Sharman King is solid. Great intro, great outro. Character building so far on episode 1 is cool right now. And yeah, so that's my little take on Sharman King. Just really quick. Cause this just saw it this morning. So reboot Sharman King, Netflix, boom. It's on there. It's back. Reboot. And anime people rejoice. It's about to go down.
I think where Netflix have kind of got ahead of other streamers is that they seem to pick up things that either don't do well on television but have got a real cult following.
Yes.
Or things that have done well in one country and bringing it to an international audience. And I think they buy that cheaply.
Yeah.
And then the revenue that they get when that hits the stratosphere means that they can afford their own can afford to make really good content themselves.
The original. Yeah.
Which is really savvy. It's a really good way of working.
Smart. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because Sharman King always had a great cult following, but the thing is, they stopped it because then they just never did it again. And then Netflix is really smart because the manga always did well. It was always a great a lot of people bought the manga, and there's just catching on right now because a lot of people are rereading the mangas and stuff like that. And we're like, okay, let's reboot this real quick. You know what I'm saying? They're smart. Netflix have always been quick on the draw.
Exactly.
Just hope that they make a live action version like Cavill Bob. Oh boy. We won't get Bebop this week. We do Bebop in January or in New Year's.
Bebop. Okay. I still haven't seen it. I need to watch it.
Or we're gonna get to Bebop in New Year's because it's an interesting conversation to have.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so I have an email.
Ooh.
Right, hey, haven't had an email in a while. Okay, so Jessica. Sorry, David Tennant impression. Jessica. Jessica, from Maryland, USA.
Maryland, okay.
Yeah, Maryland. Love American. Our listeners are always sending us emails, so this is good. If you could assassinate one character from a TV show that you enjoy, like the worst character, who would it be?
Well, assassinate. Oh, damn.
Riley from Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Elena from the Vampire Diaries.
Oh god, yeah, he's awful.
Oh, just take him out. Just put a bullet in his head.
Okay, mine would be Elena from the Vampire Diaries.
Oh, Elena. Oh, snap. Tara's going for the neck. All right. Let's see. Anyone who knows this knows. If anyone's seen The Strain, knows exactly what I'm gonna pick. Anyone seen that show?
Strain?
Yeah, The Strain. Have you seen The Strain?
I haven't, no.
It's a vampire TV show, really good.
It sounds like when you go to the toilet and you
the one with Ian Somerhalder, Damon?
What's that again?
Oh, no, that's another one.
No, yeah, I knew what you said. I was like, wait, nah, that's not one.
We Wars.
There's a little kid.
It sounds like
The Strain. Type in The Strain, and there's that.
Hold on.
Really good show.
Hold on. The Strain is not about constipated people in the toilet, no?
Oh my gosh.
No?
It's a great vampire TV show. Guillermo del Toro wrote the novel and he helped create the show as well. So
he's okay. He's very overrated.
This show is amazing.
No, he's bloody overrated though. He's
the little kid. The little kid, he has to go. The little kid in that show has to go. I was like, if he makes any more mistakes, if he gets any more annoying, I'll jump into the TV show myself. Because it's that annoying. I was like, oh my, that's the worst child ever. And I was like, oh. But yeah, he has to go. I don't see The Strain, he has to go. So yeah.
Okay,
I'm really struggling to think of anybody actually. Because normally when I hate somebody, I get really, really angry about it. And and now I've been asked to get angry about something.
Yeah.
I can't think of anyone. That's really annoying. Really annoying. No, completely gone. Probably the little perfectly bloody splendid kid from Horton of Blind Manor. Really sad to hear that she survived it.
What is it?
Perfectly splendid.
Perfectly splendid. I took the piss out of that the whole review I did for it.
Ben was doing that all the time. Get doing that.
Perfectly splendid. Creepy bastard should be drowned in a well. I don't condone child violence, but they should be drowned in a hospital. Awful child acting. Annoying. Perfectly splendid, governor.
Yeah, it was
That's
a
what
bit.
That's what Americans think we sound like, the twats.
Yeah.
Not shooting Americans, but we don't sound like Cockneys anymore. So you need to stop doing that because it's annoying me. Anytime I hear a Cockney accent in an American show, it's like we don't talk like that anymore. We're done with it.
But yeah, that's all I can think of off the top of my head. But if I think of any by next week, I will let you know.
Yeah.
Because I think like most of the characters that I really hate end up having a redemption arc, which really pisses me off.
Yeah. My own tried to get redemption arc, I still wouldn't have it. I was like, nah, you have to go. You have to go, regardless.
It's like when Nathaniel first turned up on Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, I would have quite happily seen him fall off a cliff. But by the end of it, I'm actually not quite like you. Which is a show I'll talk about another day, actually, because I don't. If you haven't seen it, then it's definitely worth a watch. Because I can see by your blank faces that you have no idea what I'm talking about. So
No.
I will keep that for
I've
another
heard
day.
of I've seen a couple episodes, but that's about it. I haven't seen the rest.
It's really good.
Yeah.
And it has songs. What more do you want?
Dennis from Edinburgh. All
right. That's one of my countrymen.
There we go.
You want to know what do I have to do? Which animal or person do I have to sacrifice for you guys to talk about Stranger Things on this podcast?
Yeah.
A literal Demogorgon, Dennis.
Yes.
You have to slaughter a literal Demogorgon and show us the head, and then we'll talk about Stranger Things.
Yes.
I'm going to watch it, Dennis. So I think we can talk about it in the new year. I'm going to down all 3 seasons over Christmas and just do it.
We have a contender, Stranger Things.
We have to, because that's one of the shows we've not talked about. So like we should do that.
Why don't we can have a chat about it when season 4 comes out, can't we?
Ooh. Yeah, when's it dropping, Helen? When's it dropping?
I don't know actually. I'm going to look right now.
Next year at some point. What's his name here? Okay, hold on. Malachi? Yeah, Malachi from Norway wants to know why is Only Fools and Horses the best British comedy? It's very overrated. Oh, hold on. Yeah, that's a good question.
Question again?
Why is it overrated?
Yes.
Oh.
That's your opinion, Malachi.
Or why do so many people like it?
Yeah. He can't understand. Peep Show, In Betweeners, IT Crowd, much better. Mr. Bean, much better. Why is Only Fools and Horses so lauded? It's shit. Ooh.
Yeah, it's of its time. I think that's what we've got to remember. Like,
it's not aged well.
It's not aged well, and when it came out, it was
there was
no competition. It was very modern, and I think when it came out, it was like early 80s, wasn't it? Early to mid 80s, when you didn't really, aside from the soaps, you didn't really see that many working class people on television, I suppose, by that point. At least in comedy, like it was all a bit, but maybe I'm making that up. But I think it was just like, maybe you saw working class people, you didn't see working class poor people kind of scrabbling.
Yeah, it wasn't like known that like in terms of like other shows like that.
Yeah, so I think
it's a pioneering type of show.
Yeah, so it's pioneering in that respect, like people who were on the dole or fiddling the social weren't really a thing on television. It was always like,
I love Only Fools and Horses. I love that show.
It hasn't aged well, and I think it's very much of its time, and I think a lot of these things are the memories that people have attached to them as well. Like, I think some things are remembered fondly because of what they make people remember.
Yeah, but Going Through the Bar is still very funny to me.
It's still very funny.
Trigger's
broom.
Trigger's just looking around for him. He can't find him. He's hilarious. Brilliant.
Are you going to call the baby Rodney after Dave? I think is my favourite Trigger moment.
And the Batman and Robin scenario, that's pretty good. I've always got in my head. Batman and Robin went down the street saving that woman.
Oh god, yeah, that was good.
That was classic. You can't be
Stephanie from Australia wanted to know. In Australia, we have all the British the soaps, EastEnders, Coronation Street, Emmerdale, and Hollyoaks, and Doctors, and all that stuff. Why do you guys not talk about it on the podcast? Because we're not soap fans. Really.
I am. Would speak for yourself.
Okay.
I love a soap.
We've brought a soap fan on. I used to watch soap when I was younger. Run away and hide in the corner.
I mean, I watch EastEnders and Hollyoaks religiously. Those are my two.
How's it going on EastEnders at the moment?
What's going on EastEnders?
Has Phil decided to be an alcoholic druggie again?
No, Phil is not on crack anymore, much to the disappointment. But Janina's back at the moment, which is always fun.
Yeah, I saw her. Janine! I saw Janine.
With her panty sniffing face, that's what she has. The actress has a panty sniffing face that she's always.
God.
Yeah.
She looks like she's sniffing cocaine all the time.
And there's a very bad man that I hope gets his comeuppance on Christmas Day.
So Phil gets it, or Max?
No, it's not Phil. No, it's not Phil.
All
Max left last Christmas.
Ian Beale.
Ian Beale's has disappeared.
Good.
He's
I hope
gone
he
on
never
an
comes
extended
back.
break. But yeah, no, definitely. If anything exciting happens in any of those soaps, or there's any kind of watershed moments, well, do you know what I talked about? If you're a Hollyoaks fan, I talked about Emmett Scanlon the other day, who is Brendan Brady from Hollyoaks, and that is why I love him. And if you know, you know, because Brendan Brady is an absolute icon, and forever my favourite soap character. So if you want me to have a 20-minute monologue about how great Brendan Brady from Hollyoaks is, I'm your girl.
Okay.
So,
okay. Also, what is your opinions on Love Island?
Oh God.
I don't like Love Island, but give me Married at First Sight Australia any day of the week. I think we've just had series 8 in this country, or 9. I can't remember which one. But oh my God, what you guys, the Australians, know how to make reality television. That's all I'm saying. It's so good.
I still watch it.
Good.
I still watch it over any bloody episode of Ant and Dec or basically anything from Channel 5. That's still it's at least more interesting than that.
Yeah, I'm out of the game of reality shows. I haven't watched reality shows in years. I'm out of the game on that. I watched the reality show since what was the last reality show I watched? Who had the last Big Brother? That was it.
I would still watch it over any bloody Big Brother show, though.
I love Channel 4 Big Brother. That's my beautiful.
Channel 4 classic.
When Channel 5 took it over, it was awful. Brian.
Didn't watch it. Didn't watch it from there.
Yeah.
Brian, if you're listening, you can fuck off, mate. I don't like you. You're just annoying.
Oh, I did used to watch Celebrity Big Brother if anybody I liked was in it, and the series with Tiffany Pollard and Gemma Collins will forever be one of my favourite ever things that's ever happened in my life.
Desmond from New York wants to know, when are you going to do a Pose special? Because now Pose is done and it's finished. Would you do Pose?
Leave it with me.
Or and this is something that he says here, Troy seems like a homophobe because he seemed a bit scared with all the butts last week. Would he be able to handle gay men or gay women?
Wow.
It's a good show. He's calling you out here, Troy.
Wow.
Desmond is calling you.
No response. I'm not dignifying that response. No.
Yeah, no,
also,
exactly.
P.S. Troy hates RuPaul's Drag Race, so I'm just confirming that Troy is not a homophobe.
I hate RuPaul's Drag Race. I hate that show. To be honest, I've never seen it. I just don't like.
To be honest, that doesn't make you a homophobe.
I just don't like RuPaul.
I think he's just doing it as a joke. There's a smiley face at the end.
I know he's trolling. I know he's trolling. I know he's trolling.
If everybody wants a breakdown, if everybody, that one person who I'm taking as a representation of our listenership wants somebody to talk about Pose, I'm quite happy to talk about Pose on a future episode.
Hey, Helen's got you guys.
We're going to do a special.
I got you.
Troy, you can watch Pose all 3 seasons on BBC iPlayer. We're going to do it early next year.
Yeah, I'll probably end up talking about that on my New Year special because that was definitely my highlight of the year. Pose.
We will do season 3, but I would like to do a special next year. Tara and Troy, 3 seasons. Go watch Pose. It's a good show.
It's amazing. It's beautiful.
Pose.
Okay.
Because it deserves a special. It's finished. It's not coming back. We need to do a special on Pose. And just...
How I cried my bloody eyes out at the end of it for about at least 3 hours afterwards.
You know what that is when you see the special. I'm doing Pose, Vogue.
Come on, everyone knows that, babe. Come on, Vogue. Strike a pose. Everyone knows that. Come on. I don't even have to know about it. I already know about it.
It's a great show.
Well, Madonna stole voguing from the ballrooms. The ballrooms didn't steal it from Madonna. Put it that way.
But it's a good show, and up
You
3
set me up.
seasons.
I'm
It's
watching the show. Is it good? You set me up. Is it good?
Oh,
no, it's a great show.
Set me up.
Anyone can watch that show and fall in love with the characters. It's just really effective and it's funny. And I said about it, like, It's a Sin was really dark and not fun. Like, at least Pose had fun with the same story type of AIDS and HIV. There's a lot of hope. It's a Sin. They cut that shit out. They were like, no, you're dead. You're going to die. Dead, 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 dead. And it was horrible.
it was hard. It's a sin, but
It
probably
was
on my
well acted. I love the bit with Cody Hawes at the end with them. What a great acting bit at the moment at the end. Like, that's some great shit. But like, Pose has a bit of fun with it as well, and it's just better.
Oh, I'm thinking about the last episode now. Can't
Oh,
deal
I'm
with
gonna
it.
cry too.
Oh,
Go get some tissues, you two, because you're going to need
Blanca.
it. Pose.
Blanca,
February.
Blanca.
Pose. Get it done.
Get it watched. Is that it?
That is all the emails. Thank you to all the emails. I've been collecting them.
I got emails, guys.
Those are good
Also,
emails.
hold on. Alexandra from Glasgow wants to know. This is a Helen question. This is what I promised you last week. Helen,
Yeah.
why would you? It's time to tell the British people and the rest of the world something that Scottish people have known for decades and centuries. Why is Scotland much better than England? And why should England be taking their orders from the Scottish Prime Minister and not Boris "fuck your mum" Johnson?
We're just better. We're just better at everything, really. We're better at making stuff. You know, all the biggest imports into the UK come from Scotland. So the biggest industries in the UK are whiskey and tourism, and both of those are really, really, really centred mostly in Scotland. And we know how to look after people. Better education system, better healthcare system. What else do we do better? Pretty much everything, actually. Yeah.
They're not wearing pants,
What?
Yeah.
kilts.
Yeah,
Oh.
kilts. In all
you've got-
seriousness, they do know how to run a country, and you know it seems to be a lot better quality of life for people up there.
Nicola Sturgeon doesn't seem like a nightmare child compared to Boris Johnson. And
No,
also,
Nicola Sturgeon's actually qualified for the job and knows what she's doing. So
how many WWE World Champions have we got? 0. How many have Scotland got? 1. So that is again better than England.
Is that Rowdy Roddy Piper?
Yeah, no, that's Drew McIntyre from Scotland, actually.
Yeah, Scottish guy.
Recently won it a couple of years ago.
Oh, did he?
Air Scotland goes from Air Scotland.
Yeah, Scotland.
Oh, McIntyre.
I love him because he went, I'm not from Britain, I'm from Scotland. I was like, you do that because England, like the English did what we did with Randy Murray one. It's like, yeah, England. It's like, no, he's Scottish. It's like, okay. We tried to attach ourselves to Drew McIntyre. It's like, no, he's not English. He's Scottish, and he should be proud to be Scottish.
Yeah. We make good music as well, and we make good art, and yeah.
But then bagpipes.
Yeah, not just bagpipes, you know.
Scottish
It's
Merry
She's not defending bagpipes. She just says it's awesome. I don't know what to do with that.
Bagpipes are like, if you're around a bagpipe and you're in a little mood that's a little bit kind of reminiscent, and yeah, bagpipe can bring you to tears for sure, and not tears of pain before anybody starts.
So, can you kill the vicious rumor that Scottish bagpipes are full of dying cats as they get squashed as you make a sound out of them?
Yes, that is not true. What it is it's basically you fill up the bag with air and you use that air to play the chanter, which is the bit with the notes on it.
Also, another question.
Go on.
Okay, can Scottish people drink English people under the table any day of the week? Yes.
Probably, yeah. Well, I don't drink anymore, but when I did drink, yes, I could quite easily drink lots of people under the table. But the day I gave up drink was when I tried to outdrink an Australian, which is what you should never try to do.
English people are pussies.
Yeah,
This is what we've heard today. This is
Don't
the name
let-
of this podcast.
Yeah.
English people are pussies.
Look,
There we go.
England has got its plus points. It's been my home for longer than Scotland ever was, but I would still swear that Scotland was probably got more right. And you know, if you want to write in and tell me that's wrong, that's fine. But I just won't listen to it. But Scotland are good at lots of things, basically.
And whatever you say, now England has got minus billion 0 points for Boris Johnson and the fucking Queen. That's what I'm
Well,
gonna
look at the clown we elected in England.
We didn't even elect him in; they picked him, bastards.
In Scotland are just like, no, we're not having the Tories here. We don't do that. Bye.
Yeah.
And we're like, yeah, let's get the worst Tory that's ever existed and make him the Prime Minister. Yay! Welcome to Hell Island.
Still, I think Donald Trump is a better president than Boris Johnson was ever Prime Minister. I've said it now. Anyway,
Johnson is a clown.
Yeah, but
he looks like a clown.
Boris Johnson's at the bottom.
Oh my gosh.
Bottom. I'm talking about he's under Jimmy Savile. That's how he's dirt. Anyway, let's not talk about Boris Johnson.
I don't want to think about anything being under Jimmy Savile.
If he drops dead tomorrow, I'm going to have a national holiday. It's going to be like, yes, he's dead. Yes. Anyway, sorry. So we're going to end this podcast here. So next week is going to be a Christmas special where we go through Christmas specials.
Woohoo!
See?
Yay!
Wow, we did so much last year. We're fucked for this year. I can't think of any. I'm going to have to scramble.
I have to
Maybe
look
I
at what
just-
you guys did last year to make sure I don't double up.
Mrs. Brown's Boys. I'm going to have to go there. And I hate Mrs. Brown's Boys. I don't want to
Oh
do it.
my gosh, you did Mr. Brown. Okay.
I'm going to have to go for comedy Christmas specials, I think, to survive.
I got a crazy one, so you got to prepare for that. I got a
I
mad one.
did Misfits last year. I don't know if I can't go back to that well. Yeah.
I've got a bit of a curveball, I think.
Yes, hey Helen, if you got a combo, I've got a combo too. That's what
I've got balls.
I'm gonna say
that's-
nothing.
that didn't come
What?
Oh, we need to bring this podcast to an end. We're at the hour and a half mark, and I think that is good enough for today. So it's goodbye for me. Oh, hold on. Hold on. So we have a Facebook group that
Plug your stuff, then. Talk your talk.
into Facebook. It will turn up. There's a link down below. Tara Tori, where can they find you on the YouTubes?
My channel below, Chloe's channel, and tune in for more buff Asian men and men titties.
Oh, and the horse ass. Maybe she can incorporate it into her act.
It's English with the UK's ass. Oh, okay. So you're gonna see me, Legend of Old 101, YouTube. There you go. Pop culture, reviews, reactions, all that good stuff.
Also, you finally confirmed that Nemo is the best Nightwish song. There you go.
It's the biggest.
The only good one. The only good song they've ever done. So well done.
No, don't say no.
Well done. You finally you can retire from Nightwish recording.
I said the biggest song
on your YouTube
That's all you're
channel.
gonna get out of me. No.
Well done.
No.
And Helen's too cool for YouTube, so there we go.
I'm not too cool for YouTube. I'm too old for YouTube. There's a big difference.
No,
But she has won awards at my workplace, so she's much cooler than us. So well done. Thanks for hanging out with us each week, Helen. We appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I did win an award a few years ago. And 2 years ago. But you know.
I'm an award winner.
Award winning.
Right. Lovely.
All right. Take care, everyone.
So we'll be goodbye for me.
Goodbye for me.
Bye.
I'll be back to wish you a Merry Christmas next week, bitches. Bye.